As long as those partnerships continue to grow, bolttech will continue to grow, and our end objective will be to build the world's leading technology-enabled ecosystem for all of protection and insurance, and we think we're on the road to that. The bolttech story continues to move really fast. So if you miss a day, there's a radio station in Philadelphia that says, if you miss a moment, if you miss a day, you've missed a lot. The bolttech story, if you miss a day, you've missed a lot. So in general, things are going really well, and it's all because of the great partners. So we're a very partner-led organization. So we focus, I think, as you know, first on securing partners, and then the partners lead us to geographies, or to business segments, or to their customer base, where we're focusing on building tailored solutions that make insurance easy and affordable for the end consumer to get their hands on. As you know, it's been a year where we've added some really big names as partners. In the Middle East, Saudi Telecom is an example of one of those partners. But also you're going to find partners in every part of the world, because now we're in North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. We're really big fans of the opportunities in the Middle East. Again, it begins with having the right partner. So we had the good fortune of coming across STC, and that is the telecom that provides the coverage to the most customers in the Middle East. So it's a real pleasure for us to have the opportunity to work with them. And so it begins with finding that right partner, and then we go off and we do workshops and we solution with that partner for how can we find something that will be really meaningful to the consumer base that you serve in your geography. We think that the Middle Eastern makeup is a lot different than you'll find in many of the other countries, maybe even like the US, where you have an aging population. Here in the Middle East, it's a young population with really growing needs and desires for what the things that they'd like to protect, and we're really excited about it. As I think you know, our Series A fundraising round, which we did, was the largest Series A in the history of the world for an Insurtech. Then we did the largest Series B in the history of the world for an Insurtech, and they were in two very different environments. The Series A was probably in the go-go era of Insurtech, where 2021, where you could get capital much more easily. But then it was really 2022, 2023, as we raised capital for the second time. And again, we're equally successful. And what I think it shows is that the opportunities are out there, but investors are far more discerning these days. They're focused on the ability to show growth at the same time as you can show financial discipline. And so I'm super proud that bolttech was able to achieve EBITDA positive status at the end of 2023. And that's a really big deal for us, because it shows not only is this a fast-growing company, we doubled organically over the course of the last 2 years, but then we also were able to demonstrate sort of a simultaneously disciplined approach from a financial perspective. And so the combination of those two things are really important to the ability to raise capital. And then I think nothing beats a great business model. Great business model, great team, discipline and financial discipline, and high growth. That combination will get you capital in almost any market. Our actual stated mission is that we want to be the world's leading technology-enabled ecosystem for protection and insurance. And if you take those words and sort of break them down, the world's leading, so that means not just in one market. Today we're in 4 continents, North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa, and 35 markets, but we want to be this to the world. And so, so that's continues to say geography will be a big piece of what we do. And then we want to be an ecosystem, and that ecosystem means that we're always going to be partner-led. We're not here trying to disrupt the industry. We're here trying to enable the industry. And I think that attitude attracts partners. People who want to work with someone who's not trying to push them out of the way or replace them or disrupt them, but instead who are trying to help them. And so that's a big part of our ethos, a big part of our mentality for how we operate. And so we see the growth in partnerships being important. We see the growth in this geographic capability being important. And we find our ability, by the way, to bring great ideas from the mature markets like the United States over to the East on a tailored basis. So you can't just pick something up from the US and magically it works in Singapore, for example. But we find also that it's really, really, really a great idea to be able to bring some of the amazing things that are happening in Asia or in Europe over to North America. And so both of those two things are really fueling this increase in appetite among partners to continue to say, we want more and more and more. So as long as those partnerships continue to grow, bolttech will continue to grow. And our end objective will be to build the world's leading technology-enabled ecosystem for all of protection and insurance. And we think we're on the road to that.